And we're live. Hello, my
Hey.
name. It's Margaret, and I am joined by Merritt today. And we're going to get stuff done. So, real quick, Merritt, do you want to introduce yourself? Let
Sure.
people know who you are, what you do on your channel. I know you've had quite a few videos out this month because of BookTube Beta. Merritt is one of the co-hosts of BookTube Beta, so it's Merritt's fault.
Is it my
fault? It's your fault. Between you and Brianna, I was like, I can't say no to both of you.
I'm very good at convincing people to do things. Hello, my name is Merritt. I'm over at Fictional Not Fantasy. I have been taking part in BookTube Beta, though I have not posted every single day. I'm a little...
Neither have I.
Last week was...
I got to the point where I was like, I can either have a mental breakdown or I cannot post.
Yeah, I just, for this last week and a half, have been feeling kind of sick. So it's just my sleep schedule is a mess because of it. So I just haven't kept up with it. But this week I caught up again, sort of. But I post about nerdy things, BookTube stuff, but mostly other things like D&D, theater, LARP, any sort of RPG kind of style, anything.
Yep.
But then I'm also online elsewhere under the name Merritt Worthy. So if you like TikTok, go find me. I talk about comics. Basically, I'm just obsessed with the Umbrella Academy. And then this whole month I've been doing live streams on Saturdays. So we're talking with the rest of the Veda hosts this Saturday, kind of talking about how everything went. It'll be an interesting time.
I'm just like, oh man, I'm gonna have to acknowledge how many videos I missed.
I mean, I think I'm the worst one out of all of us, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's all right. So I do have Merritt's information linked down in my description box, so go check out their channel because they're awesome. And I've enjoyed what I haven't had a chance to watch as much of the BookTube Beta stuff as I would like because I've been doing BookTube Beta. I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna I'm gonna watch a whole lot of BookTube videos when this is done.
That's kind of where I'm at right now because I was keeping up with it at the beginning and then my camera broke and that's what set me back with everything. And I have not been able to keep up with that since. That was week 2. So I've watched a few here and there, but...
Yeah. I'm just terrible at estimating how much time it will take. Honestly, what really gets me is I having technology hate me. And it's like, if my computer shuts off, my stuff stops uploading to my Google Drive. And so
I've been taking stuff off my phone, trying to get it to upload, and Google Photos is just oh, you need to be connected to Wi-Fi, but also we're going to disconnect you from Wi-Fi when it's at 98% and you have to restart. And I'm like, why? It was driving me nuts. That's why I was just screw it. I'll post it at 2 a.m. and then I'll have 2 videos up one day. And
I told myself that twice, and then I only posted the one video. Okay, so I don't want to get too off track. Excuse me. So real quick, let's talk about what we are or maybe are not reading. I don't know if that situation has changed since last time you were on my channel. Currently, I'm going through a podcast phase, so I've been listening to a lot of Behind the Bastards, so no audiobook right now, but I am still reading Clockwork Princess. I have made some progress since you last saw me. I had a moment where I was like, I don't want to read this at all. All I wanted to do was read contemporaries because I'd finished a contemporary, and then I fixed that by the next day because I was just like, no, this is the only book I have. I'm going to read it.
When I was reading that book, I had the exact same feeling because I had marathoned through everything up until that point. So I got halfway through it and I was like, I don't want to read this anymore.
My problem is this book is focused mainly on Not My Ship. And I know, I've already read it. This is my 3rd or 4th time. And I'm like, but I want my ship.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to a point where they're going to not only be separated, but be super angsty. And I was just like, I'm not ready for this. I want to be light and happy and fluffy. And then I sat down and actually started reading it. And I was like, oh, we're at this part. Yes. And now I'm super ready to finish this book because I love this series and I want to get to the next book so badly.
Oh, I loved all of the books in that series pretty much.
It's so good.
is just it's there's a point in the middle there where it just kind of is like, okay, I want to have Reddit.
We all know how it's going to end up, my friends. Can we just
get there
where everyone's happy? Anyways, so what media have you been consuming, if not bookies?
Okay, so I am reading. Last time I was on here, I was saying that I had started Leave Your Mark, and I didn't like it because it is a bit, I don't even know the word that I want to use for it. There's a way of the tone of it that I'm not a fan of, but I kind of have been pushing through it a little bit. So I've gotten like halfway through this book, but then I also started The Diviners on audio. So so I'm a couple hours into that one. I think I'm like 20% of the way in.
I will say huge trigger warnings for the last book.
Yeah, I was looking up reviews and stuff when I saw that, and I was like, okay, that's good to know.
I made the mistake of not warning a friend about that, and like it was one of those things where like, hey, can you warn me next time? And like sitting back, I was like, shit, I know
Didn't even remember.
I should have known to warn you about that. So anyways, I mean, like, it's a fantastic series. There are issues with the last book with the pacing, but I loved it. I loved that series. One of my new favorite ships.
It took me like a little bit to get into it. I think I'm just hitting that point now where it's like, okay, I can see where this is starting to go. But other than that, I've been watching, I just marathoned through the last 2 seasons of the 3% on Netflix. So if you like dystopian stuff, I definitely say recommend, check it out. It's interesting.
The 3%? Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so what are we trying to accomplish today? I'll go first since I'll just volunteer myself to go first. So today, we need to finish the query letter. We need to send out the query letter to at least a few people. I had the joyous experience of realizing that one of the agents that I follow on Twitter actually wants to rep my kind of book.
Ooh.
And I really like her, and we kind of have a little bit of a relationship built up. And so at one point she followed me. I think she's unfollowed by this point, but like at one point she was following me and like interacting with me, and I'm just like, okay, I'm submitting to this person. I like them. They're cool. So I don't know why I didn't think that she did my genre, because I followed her probably because I thought she did, and then I just liked her so much I stayed following her when I was like, oh no, she only does contemporary. And then I'm gonna give myself an hour of that, and then I need to sit down and clear out my Canva because I'm running out of room.
Oh, that's a mood. I need to clear out my Google Photos.
Yeah, I'm at 99%, and I'm planning on making some tweaks to my channel, so I need that space like yesterday. So,
what a mood.
What are thy plans?
I'm still waking up. So my brain is just a little fuzzy, but I found a bunch of old writing on my computer the other day that I was like, I don't hate this. When I was like kind of like skimming through it. So what I want to do is I want to go back and reread the stuff that I have, see what's salvageable, and see if I can make like a full kind of plot line out of that. So that way I can work on something between now and NaNoWriMo.
Yeah. So, I'm just trying to finish what I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be done by the end of September. I don't know how that's going to go because I have half a book to write.
Yeah, because last year with NaNoWriMo, for the first time ever, I finished, one, even though I wrote a play. So it was like 5,000 words as opposed to 50. But that means that like I had nothing in progress from last Nano that I was like, oh, I should edit this. So
yeah,
I've just got the stuff that I was working on when I was interning at Grub Street, which is a creative writing program in Boston.
Nice.
And I have not touched it since last summer. So that's what I'm looking at.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and start out with a quick 15-minute thing. Hopefully that'll be enough to get me through the first big chunk of this. So, all right, Mark, get set, go. We are back.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. What's the ooh? Hello to whoever we have watching us.
Literally
we have one person watching us.
Yay.
It's fantastic.
I literally just finished reading the pages that I had of this story, and I'm just like, damn, I wrote this, but also, damn, you wrote trash, but also it's good, but also
Listen, there is such a good thing as good. There is such a thing as good trash.
Yeah.
When you're talking about a book, like ACOTAR, that's some good trash. Well, actually, no, ACOMAF is good trash. ACOTAR is just Tamlin exists.
So this needs to get rewritten, but
not my favorite character.
Oh,
At least you can recognize that.
Yeah.
I literally finished my query letter at like 25 seconds till.
Nice.
I'm very happy with it. So now I have to send it to people.
Exciting.
I
wish I had something worth sending to people. That's my issue right now.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's worth sending to them. Maybe it's not worth sending to them. But I gotta try it. Mm-hmm. This is the 4th or 5th draft of this book. It's time.
Yeah. I'm sure it's definitely worth sending.
It's a good idea. Like, it truly is a good. I enjoy it, and people like the idea. It's just finding an agent that's willing, because I know there's some stuff that like needs work.
You just gotta find the right people to work with on it.
So, yep. I'm just like and the like I like the more editorial agents because I like people who are going to give me good feedback and be like, here, this is how you make it better, because I like making things better. They tell me how to fix it, I'll fix it. I'm that kind of person. This will not stand up straight. Hold still. I gotta give up. Anyways, so all right, we're gonna go again at 7:30. Oh my gosh, I really need to fix it so that this clock is actually in time with everything else, because it's a little bit too far ahead.
I'm just using the Focus app, which I finally put back on my phone.
Yeah, I like that app. My phone's sitting right here. Oh, where is my phone? Oh, it's sitting here. So, anyways, so next I get to go back to my list of agents and see what to do about it. Yes, I have spreadsheets, and I think we're going to invest in Query Tracker because I've heard that that's a good investment. So I'm gonna do this. I got this. Eventually, I will have this because I'm not giving.
Do I start writing or do I answer YouTube comments?
Which are you more likely to do when we're done? Like after this is over, like tomorrow or the day after?
I mean, either. I only have so many YouTube comments.
I was going to say, which would be more beneficial to get work done on while we are here? While this is here to motivate you.
I'll probably start writing. And by that, I mean read other things I've written.
I was reading some fan fiction that I wrote a long time ago, and I was like, oh, some of this was actually not bad.
You know, I never wrote
really bad.
Yeah, I never wrote fan fiction, and part of me kind of wishes that I had, because, you know, like, at least I would have been writing something.
Yeah. All right, it is 7:30. Let's go for 25 minutes this time.
Cool.
Hopefully neither of us will be crying when we come back. Go. I love how I get back and you're just staring at the screen.
Oh, I got a copyright claim on an audio that I have licensed on one of my videos, so I'm trying to sign into stuff.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I just need to find that code for it, so.
Yeah. So, how did we do?
I wound up finding, so for whatever reason, this thing that I was working on, I have saved as like 6 different like Word documents. So I read through like 2 more of them, and now I have an idea of where it is. I think I might just start rewriting it altogether.
That's usually what has to happen with something that's been sitting there for a year. Hello to our second person who is here. So I discovered, I went through like 3 or 4 of the ages that I want to query, and they're all closed to queries right now. So I'm like, you know what? Like, the one I really want to query isn't open until September 15th. So I'm like, maybe I'll just reschedule me sending out queries for like September 16th. So that would be fun. But I did pull up Query Tracker because I'm going to try and sit down and at least make a list of who I want to query, so I know like who's supposed to be in round 3, all of that stuff. Because I'm going to actually like be serious about querying this time instead of just, oh, I'm going to query when I query. So anyways, I will be published someday. If only to make that one Twitter troll mad from last night.
Oh, what happened? I haven't looked.
Oh, I was arguing with somebody was sitting there making snide comments about what is it like. He was like, I don't see how this is a systemic issue in regards to the Jacob Blake shooting. And I was like, what's the word? Oh gosh, it's like excessive use of force is a systemic issue with cops. Like, I didn't even say anything about Blake being black, although we know, hi Mackenzie, although we know like that's part of the systemic issue.
Right.
But like, cops using excessive force doesn't just apply, largely applies to people of color and black people, but it also applies to, like, if you're disabled or mentally ill, like you can also be a target and all of that. And so like that's continually in my mind. So I was like, that's an issue. And he's like, well, I'm just like, and just for kicks and giggles, I was like, I want to see how mad I can make this person. And then I was like, this is boring. You're not even going to back down. I should be a functional human being. And then I went
honestly,
and watched Netflix.
Thinking about all the times I've gotten in Twitter fights with people, it's too much. But
my thing was, that's part of how I learned is reading replies. That's part of how I learned. So I was like, even if this person is never going to listen to me, people are going to read these replies and see the facts and go and look further. But yeah, I blocked them. But one of the things that they said is have fun being an unsuccessful writer. And I was just like they kept coming back to the fact that I was a writer. And I'm like, I say that. Anyways, I was like, well, now I have to succeed just to make this Twitter troll mad.
Last time somebody said that to me, it was because I made a joke about white men not liking Rent, like the musical, because it was just based off of the people in my life. And this guy who I've never met in my life was like in the replies telling me I was wrong. I was like, dude, it was a joke. Like, but also here's some psychology facts, and he didn't like that. So
yeah, this one kept moving the goalposts. I mean, like I would respond to his point, and then he'd be like, well, blah blah, and I'm like, you just keep taking the argument off in other places. This is a waste of my time. You can't even argue in a straight line.
That's a great way of wording that.
All right. Okay, so it is 8:00. Let's go ahead. I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes this time, and we will go. Mute me. And we are back.
Woo.
Yay. So how did we do?
I wound up posting 2 TikToks, disputing a claim against a video, and I am currently applying for a Jubilee casting thing because I saw it in my email. Nothing what I planned on doing, but whatever.
Like Jubilee like X-Men Jubilee?
No, Jubilee Media on YouTube. They make videos where it's like, like, oh, we have $1,000 in this person in this room. You have to decide which person gets it, or we're going to put a group chat together of 5 women and 1 man, but tell you all of them are women, and you have to figure out who the man is, and things like that. It's all about like being a good person. Interesting. So it's interesting. They're doing a bunch of like Zoom call style videos because of quarantine. So.
Okay, I just want to note the extremely important work Max has been doing. Max had dinner. That is important.
I haven't eaten yet today.
Normally I don't eat out. Like Friday is my eat out day. But I was like, you know what? I don't have time to get home from work and set this up and do this and not lose my mind. So
yeah,
here we are. I went on Query Tracker and I got all of the agents that are on Query Tracker into my Query Tracker query list. And now I'm just going to chill on that until it's time. See if any of them open. Like, see if any of the ones I want open up, and then, ooh, I don't like, that's way too bright. That's the wrong way. Okay. That's as low as it goes. And then I moved on to Canva to start, like, archiving my thumbnails, because I want to keep them for some unknown reason. I don't know what I, like.
That's how I am with, like, footage, like, raw footage. I'm like, why do I want to keep all of this massive amounts of content that's taking up space? Luckily, I have an external hard drive that it's all on rather than on my computer, but it's still like, this is too much.
At some point, I want to start putting stuff on external hard drives, but right now I just delete it. I'm just like, but for some reason, I'm like, I want to save my thumbnails and my Instagram posts in case I ever need them again and something happens. It's like, I'm like, if my channel goes down, I'm not going to re-upload all of those videos. There's just no way I'm doing that. Like, even if I had that stuff saved, no way I'm doing that.
Yeah, but, a lot of effort. How many videos do you have at this point?
I think I'm getting close to 300. I'm somewhere in the 200s.
I keep deleting stuff, so I think I'm only at like 50.
Yeah, you were down to like 4 at one point, I think, because that was the only 4 that you had in private.
Yeah, I've been slowly bringing them back. Not all. So I realized that there are things in the background of certain videos that so you can't blur stuff and crop out things, like trim them in the same video. So I'm just like, do I post these and just leave it, or do I? So I'm just kind of been going back and forth on those ones, but the rest of them are back up. So
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I have some videos. I think I've only privated one video, I've privated all of my Lit Crate videos at this point because I don't support them anymore. So they are disappointing.
It's like always things like that just come up. It's like, well, very disappointing.
Yeah. Like, it's like, I know people aren't perfect, but when you apologize, maybe don't spend like half the video scolding the people you're apologizing to. That was my biggest thing. Like, I understand that like addressing things online is not always going to come across, and you have to wait to see what people are doing. And I respect their stance that they're doing small creators for Harry Potter stuff and not. I mean, I still have feelings about that, but like I respect that stance. I wasn't going to be buying from them anyways at that point, but still, it's like,
no,
not anymore. Fine. So, anyways, so let's do one more. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some of my Canva cleared out. We're going to go for 25 minutes. Okay. And go. All right. We're back. Oh my gosh. Oh my, I'm turning into an old lady. I'm like, I can't sit in chairs properly to save my life. So I'm like all pretzeled up. And then I'm like, oh, this was a mistake.
Literally, do you see me right now? I don't know if you can see me over my name, but like I'm not sitting in a chair right at all.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic.
Really,
so how did we do?
I didn't really do much that last chunk. I finished applying to that thing. Checked a couple emails. Checked Goodreads. That's about it. I was like trying to find a thing to do that whole time.
That's funny. I just sat through and clicked and deleted a whole bunch of thumbnails. I was like, these are my old thumbnails. I'm never going to use these actually. So let's get rid of them. Anyways, like there's a part of me that just because I'm a perfectionist wants to go back through my channel with the new aesthetic and make everything work with that. But I think we're going to find a different way to do that if we do that. So anyways, because that's too much work. Like let's just move forward. Not with that.
Sometimes it's good to like also keep it as like a memory of like the things that you've done in the past. Like if it's something that's like a specific video that people are going to go back to, then maybe change that
remake that video. I might some of them I might end up doing that. Like my objective reader video, I might redo that at some point, and how I rate my books. But Max has very important news. Max got dessert. I'm mad and jealous.
I'm jealous. I'm very jealous.
All of my dessert things are things that are bad for me to have in my body. So
see, I don't even want dessert. I want chips and queso. That's what I want.
I'm at the end of a grocery, and I'm trying not to buy groceries. I'm trying to do it every 2 weeks with my paychecks instead of just like every week. And I'm just like, we're at the end of a 2-week spree, and it's not working for me. But anyways, okay. Well, thank you, Merritt, for hanging out with me tonight. Even though you didn't have, you were struggling at the end there to find something to do. It's fine. You were here. That's the important part.
That means that I got something done. That means I was productive at the
beginning. Merritt is linked down below in the description box. If you didn't hear Merritt introduce themselves, they're really cool. They have a very varied channel. There's D&D, there's LARP, there's book content, there's lots of Umbrella Academy content. Am I missing anything?
No, that's probably about it. Theater, I guess, is the other one.
All right, make sure you check them out. And make sure that you have a good rest of the evening, guys. Maybe that'll be my new thing. I don't know. We're rethinking things on this channel, trying to become a high-quality YouTuber.
What a mood.
Watch it. That's high quality. What even is that? All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things.